Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Automaton Transfusion. This one is about apparently a small town in Florida that's having one serious problem. And the problem is zombies. Apparently, the military decided they want to try and work on some sort of an experiment to make zombies who... Yeah, I heard it all before I know. So we'll move on. The main story centers around three good friends named Chris, Scott, and Tim. Chris is dating a girl named Jackie who's planning on going to a party, and Chris, Scott, and Tim are planning on going to a local concert. Only problem is a zombie outbreak is happening, and it doesn't seem like anybody's going to be having much of a fun day. So Chris, Scott, and Tim wind up at a bar where the bartender, that's apparently his name in the movie, tries to protect them. And when the zombies go to attack Chris, Scott, and Tim, who somehow, someway in one shot doesn't see them, and then the next shot, there's hundreds of them coming at them. When they're not able to get the bartender and the Three Stooges, they go to a local party where they attack, and the only one who gets out is Jackie, of course. Of course, that's after Chris, Scott, and Tim go save her, and the bartender, unfortunately, doesn't make it. So, their one goal is to try to get to the school where they think they might be safe, but at one point, they decide they've had enough, and they're going to fight back against the zombies. Which goes pretty well, but unfortunately Tim is one of the first ones to go. And some blonde chick they meet up with eventually, well, she gets taken out too. Scott decides he's going to try and go all kinds of crazy, try to take out the zombies, but that doesn't quite work out for him. Chris and Jackie wind up meeting up with the janitor, who tells them the whole story of why the zombies are here and the whole 9 yards. So they decide they need to get the local morgue and get some sort of a serum that might cure the problem. The problem is when Chris and Jackie get there to the morgue door, it's locked. So Chris says, "Hold on," does a little loading up of his gun, and the movie ends saying to be continued. I really wish I was kidding. So, why did this movie suck? Well, it partially looks like it's a sort of shot-on-video style horror movie. Some of the dialogue seems a little bit dubbed over at sometimes. People are getting taken out left and right, and you hardly even know who they are. A lot of shaky cam shots, especially when the zombies attack. And of course, the point where Chris, Scott, and Tim are 1 minute they hear nothing, the next minute there are the zombies like they just appeared out of nowhere. So yeah. A lot of the characters in this movie are very unlikable. So that kind of got annoying, and the acting is horrible, the editing is pretty bad, and some of the gore scenes were a little bit extended, a little bit too long, so yeah. But probably the worst of it all was just ending it by saying to be continued. I mean, seriously. It's only a 70-minute long movie, and apparently there are plans for sequels, and I don't know if they've made them already, or if they're still in limbo, or what the heck's going on. But this movie... From the first kill scene is pretty extreme, I'll admit that, which, ironically enough, this was brought to us by Dimension Extreme. But Dimension Extreme usually did the kind of horror movies that, after a while, you felt like you really needed a shower. Because you kind of felt dirty watching them. I mean, Dimension Extreme has put out some pretty good movies. One of my favorites is Black Sheep. But this one, I don't know, gang. This was pretty lame. And if there are sequels, I don't know where the heck to find them at, and I'm not interested. But apparently this was supposed to be the start of a trilogy, and I don't know if Dimension Extreme's still around or not, but from what I've read, they closed down. So maybe that planned trilogy will have to be released through somebody else. I have no idea. But there you guys have it, a review of Automaton Transfusion. If you've seen it, love to hear from you guys in the comments below about what you think about it. And I guess calling this movie anything but that, calling it a zombie movie would be a little bit too obvious. And if you like my videos, always feel free to subscribe. If you got a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie where the title didn't match the movie and the movie didn't match anything entertaining, send it my way and I will get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.